Foul to give both ways. Final 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Derek Iverson. And lassoed by New Orleans native. Knocked away by Anderson.
Anderson's all over the place.
He is. Allen Iverson is averaging 5 assists a game.
Well, and that's because he attracts so much attention. He's a very good passer. All his teammates have to do is, when he does attract the doubles, the triples, all you have to do is make a cut to the basket or find a window on his penetration for him to pass the ball to you.
It'd be amazing how many assists he'd get a game if he had some great shooters around him, too. Because he really doesn't have great shooters on his team.
Difference of 3 seconds, game clock and shot clock. Foul was called on Anderson. I just told you there's a foul again.
So if we had a
clock at 10, if Patterson looking to feed and does so to Sabonis, who shoots it inside where it's picked off by Skinner.
This is the energy team off the bench for Portland. Randolph, high energy. Daniels, he'll pressure the ball at the other end as well. Ruben Patterson, they call him Captain Chaos here in Portland. And then Stoudemire's coming off a great game last night at Phoenix.
How about Sabonis? He's a high energy guy.
He's the anchor. And right there, we had anchors on his feet as Tyrone Hill went around him.
How about that? By Tyrone Hill.
Sabonis was still in the exact same place that he left him when he left him from the corner when he made it a layup.
He was an anchor right there.
This is where Sabonis is dangerous, though. Even if he's not scoring, he's just such a great passer. And if you played with him, you'd be smart to cut once he got the ball.
It's screened by Sabonis and runs out for Stoudemire.
You know, watching Portland last night, watching them tonight, they stand a lot. They're relying on these guys to make easy plays instead of moving.
Full shot clock. Blazers shooting 33%. 76ers 35%. Portland has missed 9 of their last 10. Craig Singer, what do you got?
Well, Tyrone Hill is back with the Sixers after being released last week by Cleveland. After clearing waivers, he was contacted by the Lakers and Dallas, who both told him how much they needed a defensive player who could rebound. But he said he always wanted to come back home to Philly. He said he played a key role in the championship for the Eastern Conference 2 years ago when they got to the finals. He knew what his role would be. He also got phone calls from Allen Iverson as well as the coaching staff, kind of like a recruiting pool, telling him how much he wanted to come back. Then he got one final phone call, not from the coach, but the coach's wife, Shelley, who said, "We miss you." He said, "I feel like I'm at home in Philly."
That's a good story, Craig. In fact, Larry Brown was saying it was like recruiting in college at UCLA, the University of Kansas, where they had to go out and recruit players to come play. Zach Randolph just picked up his first foul as Iverson takes it inside.
And unlike college, it doesn't always go to the highest bidder.
You're awful. Absolutely awful.
Well, Allen's having to work for everything he gets. Good defensive penetration. He puts it on the floor. They're clamping him down. They're making him shoot over the top of the stretched hand of the long defensive Portland.
Iverson is 2 of 7 from the field as he's at the free throw line right now. Even Stoudemire picked up his first foul. Here's a guy in Allen Iverson, John, who has led the league in scoring 3.
Have to give a lot of credit to his teammates, though, because Allen definitely has a unique style of playing. And guys that want to come back, Hill is a big indication of that. A guy like Tyrone Hill knows that Allen's going to take a lot of shots, knows that he's going to be involved in the offense, but still they want to play with him because he gets along with his teammates extremely well.
Hill just picked up his second foul.
And, you know, getting back to Tyrone Hill, seriously, that is a good indication of him coming to play in Philly because he likes the guys, he likes the coach his wife. You don't see that very much. Most of the time they go, you know, Mark Cuban had much more money to offer him down in Dallas.
Well, Craig, let's go back to Craig Singer. That was my question to you. Philadelphia did not offer him the most money, am I correct?
No, Dallas definitely offered more money, and LA said how much they needed him. But remember, he was an all-star back in 1995. He just wants to feel appreciated. He doesn't want to feel like he's just an extra part that comes in. The Sixers said, yes, you're definitely part of our team. You always have been, and even though we traded you away, we'll walk you back if we miss you.
Yeah, he started on this team at Finals Ball Club. Nice play by Allen Iverson, who has 7. Derek Coleman is now in for Hill. Skinner remains on that front line.
I thought the indication of being appreciated was how much they paid you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And it's a lot easier to appreciate him at a mid-level exception prorated than it is at $7 million a year.
Look at Sabonis get his own miss, but couldn't put it in. Great lead pass by Butler. And Iverson goes into the throw there. He's held up by a fan, but he cannot corral it, and so it does go back to the Portland Trailblazers. 5 turnovers for Philadelphia, 5 as well for the Portland Trailblazers. 2 teams in the 4th slot in their respective conferences and trying for that couple.
For the defense, a guard drives, the big guy's got to step in the open spot.
This is not a very artistic game so far.
No, both teams are playing very good defense and making it tough on the offense. You can tell that they're well prepared. Both teams want this game very badly. Philadelphia coming off a loss, Portland coming off a tough loss last night. But the shooting has been horrible. Too many sloppy turnovers and bad shooting.
Both in the mid-30s. In fact, Portland, John, 0-3 in this quarter shooting from the floor. 5 turnovers for the Blazers in this quarter alone.
Well, and I think after the halftime, after the quarter, the 76ers came out and stepped up the intensity of their defense, and I think you have to definitely give some credit to the defensive intensity out here as to the bad shooting.
Blazers are +7 in rebounding in this game so far as Rasheed Wallace will come in for Sabonis.
19-19 with 8 minutes to go in the quarter, and they're playing hard. You know, there's a lot of one-on-one basketball right now. There's not a lot of screens being set. There's no ball movement or people movement. There's just a lot of chaos.
Well, after the 76ers substituted, they cut off all of the Blazers' transition baskets because they got about 3 or 4 early in the quarter.
Here's Pippen. Approaching 8 to play in this first half. Snow back in the game along with Van Horn for Philadelphia. Antonio Daniels. Spin on Snow. A very good defender. That time, Daniels leads it on with Coleman, Van Horn, Buckner, Snow, and McKee.
Scottie Pippen hasn't scored tonight, and Scottie Pippen had a 1 point last night, 0 for 7. He's in 6th quarter right now. He's got the big donut in baskets.
Van Horn with his 2nd foul.
He got to shoot him though. 0 for 0 or 0 for 7 last night. Scottie, don't be afraid to take the shot.
Scottie's the one who brought him out of the court because they started to shoot. So weak. Randolph pulls the trigger inside for 2.
Well, this is a guy they're very excited about, too, because obviously, even though you have that size, you don't have a lot of inside presence with this Blazers team unless you're posting those guards in the corner. So Randolph helps him a lot inside.
Patterson trying to go away. Snow tripping a traveling violation on Ruben Patterson.
Coach, this is a guy they love. I love this guy, too. If this guy were playing on a lot of teams in this league, he'd be putting up numbers. He'd be getting minutes. He is a high-energy guy. He brings it every single night with effort. He can rebound the ball, and he can score in a lot of different ways, not just on the post. And, you know, if he were traded to Orlando playing with Tracy McGrady or something like that, you'd be seeing numbers like the Gooden's getting from a guy like Zach Randolph. He just needs an opportunity.
And he doesn't mind attacking the basket. That's the thing that I want to see. You have 45 guys who are over 7 feet tall in the NBA, but you don't have 5 guys that want to attack the basket hard.
Wallace just picked up his 2nd personal foul.
I don't know what else you can do on defense right there. I mean, get out of the way. That's a no call. Let's get him up off the seat, keep playing.
Especially in a game which is 23-19 midway through the 2nd quarter. We did the game in Dallas last Thursday night. There were over 50 3-point shots attempted. It was over 100 points midway through the 2nd quarter combined the 2 teams. And tonight, neither team here has hit a 3. You can see what our total is. Van Horn picking up his 3rd. That's not good news for Philadelphia. They need his points.
They do need some scoring. That was pretty weak. Just like battling inside. Let these guys play. If they can't make a shot, at least let them wrestle.
Well, that's one of the reasons, too, that Portland went to the zone defense.
And there's a foul.
I love that kid, man. I tell you what. You're that size and you love to play, you play with energy, and you can score. There's a lot of guys that do the latter too, Coach, that are big and have energy, they have the touch of him.
Skinner picks up his 1st. And tomorrow night on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Clippers at Boston, followed by Philadelphia at Seattle. Sunday on ABC, 1 o'clock Eastern, Washington meeting up with New York, followed by Philadelphia at the Lakers. Sunday, San Antonio taking on Boston, 6 o'clock Eastern on NBA TV. That's the upcoming national TV schedule. Of course, Thursday night exclusive NBA coverage here on TNT. As see Zach Randolph only played 1 year for Tyrone up in East Lansing at Michigan State. After he's a much valued player in high school out of the state of Indiana.
And he seems to want to score. That's what I'd love to see Rasheed do more of, particularly with his ability. Rasheed's just a little too unselfish, I think, at the offensive end of the court.
Portland on a 6-0 run right now. And Antonio Denver batting the point.
Still, you're talking about Scotty scoring. He doesn't even really look like he's looking to score. He's setting up his teammates and orchestrating the offense. Sometimes you've got to take the shot, though.
Coleman with the rebound.
You can tell what kind of confidence they have in Zach Randolph as well. They got the biggest guy guarding him, Skinner, one of their best interior defenders.
McKee carves his way inside and finds two with a courageous drive inside the paint.
And that's a big basket for him. He's got to get going. He's been playing well the last 2 games. He's been struggling from feet problems and heart problems, and he has not been the same player. But, you know, getting back to Zach Randolph, they posted him up with Bonzi Wells and Rasheed Wallace on the court. They were going to him a couple of possessions.
Go inside. There's another clogged lane, another foul, whistle blown. But Derek Coleman was charged with his first foul. Both teams shooting 35%. The Blazers lead.
About offense, because Rasheed has so much offensive ability that he doesn't act like he's trying to score aggressively.
Pippen trying to drop it inside. Skinner got a hand on it. Iverson charging, bursting, trying. Once again, another jaw-dropping play by Allen Iverson. He's got 11 in the game and 7 in this second quarter.
I love watching him play. He's got so much energy. He's trying to score every time down the court, trying to create offense for his team, and he's got such a burden offensively, and he's been playing good defense. Jay Anderson shot some shots over him, but he's been right into his face, contesting, diving for balls, hustling down the court. He's everywhere.
It's Wallace inside. He's got 9. Iverson's got 11. Is Iverson the fastest player baseline to baseline in the NBA?
I don't know if he's faster than Jason Kidd, but you know, he's slippery. He's all over the place. He keeps in and out.
Well, he picks his spots, you know, and I think that's the thing that he does extremely well. He's got great quickness.
Johnny's feeling it now. 5 consecutive baskets by the Philadelphia 76ers, who have never led now to within a point of the Blazers.
But the interesting thing is that he's scoring inside. He's scoring against a big team, and he's got the courage to go there, and he knows how to get his shot off.
Courage is a good word to use.
Well, you look at this. I mean, he's going and penetrating. All the big guys are in there. He goes in there, and then he comes back again in traffic and makes a layup. A lot of times you look at it and look again. I mean, you're looking at this guy. I mean, he's just not launching up jump shots. He's taking it.
Coleman to Snow. Good finger Allen Iverson. 5 feeds and a foul. It's on the Blazers.
Well, and that's an example of what I was talking about. You know, he was seeking the foul that time. But for a guy that supposedly has so many injuries, he never protects himself, and he always goes into traffic into dangerous positions. I mean, that's a perfect example. He goes in, obviously, he might have been the one committing the foul because he was seeking the foul.
This is for Philadelphia's first lead. The 76ers up by 1. Allen Iverson takes the second most free throw attempts of any player in the NBA.
I just like the field goal attempts. Forget the free throw attempts.
Well, he pays a price for it. Look, he's got almost a bandage everywhere, on every arm, every leg.
And a tattoo. He's covered head to toe.
I'm going to discuss that.
Covered head to toe.
He and I have been through that discussion before.
Wraps and taps. No fouls to give either way. Portland has turned it over 10 times, Danny, in the second quarter, 12 for the game.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the defense. Philadelphia has come out with some energy at the defensive end. Their offense, it took them a while to get going. Iverson's been hot. But defensively, they've been playing good the whole game.
Across the lane, trying to make his way inside. Zach Randolph is in for the Blazers. Here comes Skinner. 3-on-2. Iverson on the wing. And tries to maneuver and gets the shot to go. He's got 25. And I don't know how he concocts these different shots, but he gives you a different move with every part of his body.
He concocts them frequently, but he gets a lot of shots.
He's so fun to watch.
Oh, I love it. You know, we were talking about the officials calling everything early on. Right now, they're letting them play. There's a lot of hacking and slapping going out there. This is fun.
Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers have their biggest lead tonight. You're watching the end of Iverson. Oh, play by Allen Iverson.
That is one little big man right there.
I cannot wait for the beginning of the playoffs. We're about 6 weeks away, and everywhere you look, races in the East, great races in the West, and positioning now for a home court to begin the playoffs. Huge for all these teams in contention.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about the second best scorer.
Well, he did the right thing in taking the man low, and then he fades all the way to the corner on that shot.
He kicked the ball right there. Monty Love just kicked it, stuck his leg and hit him in the leg.
Second foul on Allen Iverson, as you see our scoring leaders for the Blazers tonight. Wallace 13, Anderson 12. Such a deep lineup. You guys have both coached extensively with great success in all leagues. When do you start to develop your playoff rotation? Your 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. What is all that?
It depends what kind of team you have. You got some young guys, you got to give them time to develop, but sometimes before the playoffs, and throughout the season you go through injuries and some changes. Look at Sacramento. I mean, they're 8
people are playing, but by now you need to know how you want to play. You can't discover in the playoffs how you want to play and how many people you want to play.
Eric Snow has just given the Philadelphia 76ers their biggest lead tonight. And Pippen tries to answer at the other end. Skinner with the rebound. Here comes Eric Snow with the drive and the feed. And they can't make it work. Salmon's trying to put it out.
The thing about this Portland team we're talking about in the open, Wallace and Wells and Pippen, those guys are going to be on the court. And Derek Anderson, those 4 guys are going to get huge minutes in the playoffs, for sure. And those are the 4 best players. Those guys have got to play well. When they play well, this team can beat anybody in basketball.
And regardless of the depth that you have on a team, you still have to establish certain roles. Regardless of the quality of players you have to have certain roles. Some of these guys are playing like it's an equal opportunity situation. Wallace, Wells, those guys have to know crucial points of the game, and they have to step up, and other guys have to be followers at that point.
8 seconds to shoot. They're going to bring in Damon Stoudemire. The Blazers will. And Pippen will go sit down. Scotty has been very quiet tonight. 4 points, 3 rebounds, and assist in 24 minutes.
And this is their energy team again. We talked Ruben Patterson, Derek Anderson always plays with energy. Stoudemire gives them a little ball pressure and more push with the ball. This is the team should get them back in the game.
Another foul. That's on Wallace. Put it on him. Here's the bench we were just talking about.
And then we talked about Zach Randolph a lot. His energy. Ruben Patterson, Captain Chaos. Daniels, good ball pressure. Stoudemire, good ball pressure. Full court defense. McGinnis is kind of out of the rotation right now, and they got an inside president, passer, and Sabonis.
They're going to Stoudemire the other way around in the first half of the season.
And Stoudemire's been playing well. He's earned those minutes. Not that McGinnis is playing bad, but Stoudemire gave him great minutes last night in Phoenix.
And you know what? I think Stoudemire deserves a heck of a lot of credit for his attitude. You get a guy that's been playing a lot, and then he doesn't play, but he still is ready to play when he comes in the game. I love his attitude. I've been watching his body language over at the bench. He's in it, and obviously he and Cheeks have had some disagreements, but he definitely is ready to play.
Right, and Mighty Mouse is bulking up a little bit too. He's got some biceps.
Nothing doing lift weights. He hasn't played that much. Snow with the miss. Rebound by Wallace. Here comes Portland. They've missed their last 6 shots. Patterson to Zach Randolph. Smooth to get open. Salmon Randolph.
Last 3 shots by the Blazers have been big guys taking deep outside shots rather than taking advantage of their size and their physicalness.
It's Stoudemire, who was born and raised here in Portland. Skinner with the rebound. They're playing at Philly's pace.
They're definitely playing at their pace. They're taking 4 shots. Philly's playing physical. As Danny has indicated, they're playing physical, but Philly's out scrapping.
Well, they got to make some shots here, though, someday, one of these teams.
Skinner. And he'll try to move inside. Zach Randolph with the foul. And Randolph picks up his second foul. Sixers have a long West Coast swing as we send it over to Craig Sager.
Now, let's not forget also that Philadelphia is playing without Kenny Thomas. He played just 3 minutes Monday in Sacramento before he left with an injury to his right ankle. He had an MRI last night. Results came back tonight at halftime. He has a ligament sprain. He is on his way in the morning to Los Angeles to see Dr. Philip Kwong of the Jobe Orthopedic Group. Right now, they are fairly optimistic that the MRI did not show anything more serious, but his foot is now in a cast, and he's going to L.A. for a further opinion.
Thank you, Craig. They miss Kenny Thomas, the guy they got in the trade with Houston, and he is, along with Coleman on that front line of starters, 9-1 was the record of the 76ers, and there's a foul, and it's called on Ryan Skinner. Because of the injury to Thomas, Skinner's going to see some more time.
Right, well, Kenny Thomas is one of those guys that can play the Philadelphia type of defense. He can cover up for Van Horn's weakness at the defensive end and always defend the better forward. At the same time, he gives them some scoring. He passes, he can penetrate and kick and create some offense on the low post, and he can knock down the outside shot. Even though he's not a great shooter, he's better offensively than what they have out there right now.
He gives a physical presence underneath anyway. But whatever happened to sending the guy down the corner to the doctor and sending him all across country to this doctor and that doctor?
Well, what's the difference? You know, a sprained ligament. That just is a sprained ankle. He's really tasked. Going to L.A. to take care of a sprained ankle?
Yeah, but it sounds better when you say, we're going to Los Angeles.
But a sprained ligament. That's all what a sprained ankle is.
And Craig, they're making fun of your story here.
Making fun of Craig.
No, I don't think Mr. Range is a podiatrist. A sprained ankle is a sprained ankle. A ligament strain means that the ligament is strained over the bone. Now, that could be a very serious injury, which obviously could lead to further problems. Obviously, Dr. Job is pretty well known, so they're going to the specialist that is best is orthopedic.
Exactly. Thank you, Sage, for clearing that up for us.
It's still not clear. A sprained ligament over the bone. That's what a sprained ankle is. It's a ligament. Sprained ligaments is a sprained ankle. You don't sprain a bone.
I'd hate to have to be a patient of Danny.
I hate working with him, let alone him being a patient. Half hours it goes. Hey, Portland, guys, is in scoring droughts of 4 minutes and 51 seconds. 4 minutes. Right now, they're in a current drought of about 5.5 minutes. Before this, 5 minutes. I mean, they have really, really struggled.
Well, and it's to the liking of Larry Brown. I mean, he loves it. He puts a small lineup in, makes the game ragged, stops a lot of things. He's not doing a lot of